Hey, what's up, Facebook? You already know who it is. Dr. J. Will in the middle of the day, coming to you live and in living color, all the way from Colorado. Today it's a nice, good day outside. It's hot and everything. And I want to let you know that since it's warm outside, it's getting a little warmer and everything. It's getting a little cool off, in the evening times. So today I want to talk. I know you like the muscles or two that I got standing out there. Don't worry about you. You'll get them after this show. Today I'm bringing in a special guest. You've heard of him. You've seen him on the big screen. You've seen him putting people in the hospital and then go visit them. I mean, all that kind of stuff. You've seen this guy. You've seen this guy. He got every title that you can name. I don't want to boast him up too much. I don't want to boast him up too much. But listen. We thank God to have this special guest today on our show. Uh, I have to tell you, it's a man that has a school over in that state of Kansas. I didn't say great state. I just said the state of Kansas. And it is probably the biggest school, martial arts school there with over 8,000 square feet. Uh, he don't owe anybody. It's his school and his students are A1. He's a class A guy. And like I said, I don't want to give him too many titles because he might outrank my title. So with that being said, I'm going to give him just a few minutes to comb his hair and put his makeup on that they put on backstage. You know how the movie stars are. So yeah. So today we are going to have our special guest. That's none other than my man. Let me put some kind of music on to bring him on. I think he deserved that. If I can find some good upbeat stuff. But if I can't, you know what? It's okay too. But I just like to for him for him coming on, you gotta bring in that hard good music because I don't want him coming to me later saying, hey man, you didn't play my song. But listen, that's an introduction to the man, the myth, the legend himself, none other than Doctor, there we go. See, I'm a one-man show around here, so y'all got to forgive me if I be a little slow at something. Don't hold it to my head. Don't hold it to my heart. Hold it to my head. None other than Doctor Shogun Brown, all the way from where are you from, man? Kansas,
From
Kansas.
Mission, Kansas. Whoop,
I,
whoop, whoop.
I don't like to tell anybody, but he's from Kansas, so I'm gonna take the time. I've already introduced him, and that wasn't even icing on the cake. But I know that I'm giving him this moment to tell y'all a little bit about who he is and to let y'all know what we are trying to do because there's too many people that's walking up hills and then we end up taking them to the hospital because they can't hardly breathe and all that stuff. We don't want that. We want to help you to be fit. We over 50, so I ain't gonna say how far over 50, but I'm just saying you don't have to be winded and all that and struggling with your diet and all that because today we're gonna tell you about this fitness program, the Mojo Fitness. I believe that's the correct name,
Yes,
Mojo.
sir.
Mojo Fitness. And since I'm not the founder operator of it, I'm going to give it over to the man himself that has created this program, a low impact for any age. You have
Yes,
no
sir.
excuse. You have no excuse because both of us are over 50. And if we can do it, we know that you can do it. The problem is are you going to be willing to change your diet? And with that said, I want to introduce to some and present to others none other than Dr. Shogun Brown. It's your show, my brother.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Whoop, whoop. Hey, thank you, Dr. JFW, Dr. John Williams, Mr. Inspirational. Thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it. And as you say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've said it 6 times already. So, anyway, thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it. And you're absolutely right. We're here to get motivated and we're here to talk about real functional exercising and a way of life. Functional. And yes, we're talking about the Mojo Magic. We're talking about Get Mojo Magic Fit. Some people have the Mo, some people have the Joe. We need to put the Mojo together. And yes, females have mojo. So the name of this exercise of this program is called Get Mojo Magic Fit. But that's just part of it, you know. First thing I want to do is just thank you again for having me on the show. I want to thank my instructor and mentor. I want to thank Debro, James V. Debro III. He has basically taken a lot of things in my life as far as fitness, martial arts, and just being a mental and mentor for me. He's a mental mentor for me, you know, and you know, it's nice to have him in my life to laugh, joke, have fun. And he's an absolute fantastic person on top of that. I want to thank the pack. You know who you are, all the way from Hanshi Montgomery to D1, all the way from Professor Clark to Jack Hammer, D2, you know, the Deshi board as far as Jeanette. And, you know, the list goes on and on. But thank the pack. Thank you guys. I appreciate you having me on the show today. The first thing I want to talk about is we have people who understand how important health is. And as a martial artist, which we are, martial arts found us, we didn't find it. We have to be healthy also mentally and physically and having a superior attitude because our energy basically is what drives our technique, our mental and physical prowess to be able to teach class and have people listen. Who wants an instructor that's always yawning and doesn't have any energy? So this workout is a ancient of days workout that's put into a modern society of diet and exercise. And this workout takes no more than 12 minutes a day. Let's talk about the metabolic issues that are in the world today in America. First, we do have people that recognize they need help. Basically, how can I get started? I have diabetes. I have high cholesterol. I have blood pressure issues. Yes, it could be genetic, you know, and I'll talk about that at a later time today. But if you understand what these things are and understand that we do have a metabolic problem in America today that's not around the world, mainly in America, and how the uprise of cancer, the uprise of autoimmune disease, the uprise of things that we are ingesting that needs to change. People are now getting smarter and understanding that they need to change their diet to have a healthy, more functional lifestyle. And those are the things I want to talk about today. I will take Q&A. I will take questions and answer them the best I can. So if you have a couple questions, just start popping them out there right now. First thing that I want to go over is the metabolic rate, different than your metabolism. Okay, if you look at high blood pressure, diabetes, and cholesterol, and you look at your numbers, the number one thing they want to say is that genetically it's an issue. The other is if you're Native American, or if you're Saxon, or if you're Black American, and blah, 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 you are higher in these things. First thing you have to understand is this. That has nothing to do with what you ingest per day. It is your culture. So you need to, number one, look at your diet. What are the things that you're consistently ingesting per day? Let me tell you this. If simple sugars, cakes, candies, things of that nature are high on your list, then you need to look at where you're at as far as what your caloric intake is and your simple sugars per day. Sodas, 7 Up, things like that, Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper. I don't care if it's diet or not. Take a look at those things, right? Take a look at your simple sugars. The next thing are your processed foods, burritos, Doritos. The list goes on and on. Processed. Anything that's wrapped up that you put in the microwave, 9 times out of 10 is processed. Most of your foods that you unwrapped, that are frozen, that you put in the microwave to eat are processed. Most of your processed foods come in the middle of the store as you are shopping. Around the edges of the store is more healthier foods, and that's the way it's set up. That's your fruits, your vegetables, your raw vegetables, your broccoli, your cabbage, your peaches, your apples. Yes, those are outside the store. If you look inside the store, what I mean is the middle of the store where the freezer is, 9 times out of 10, it is your pizzas, your burritos, your Tostitos, things like that, that are quick foods. A lot of your to-go foods, your Big Macs, your Baconator burgers and things like that. You need to really look at your processed foods that you're ingesting. What I'm saying right now is if you just look at what you're ingesting, don't try to go too far and change your diet too quick, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to fail in that diet. So 2 things I want you to look at: your simple sugars and your processed foods. Just be cognizant of what you're ingesting. So I want to make sure that's where you're at first. That has a lot to do with your cancer cells that are going on right now, because normalcy, cancer feeds from sugars. I don't know if you knew that or not. A lot of times the carnivore diet that if you're on, that's mainly meats, if you starve that sugar and basically replace it with a decent exercise program and get rid of those breakfast burritos and whatnot, and get rid of those candy bars and those cakes and the Twinkies and the ho-hos, if you get rid of that and lower that simple sugar and small complex sugar, complex carbs, which is, your broccoli, cauliflower, and things of that nature, vegetables, you will see a difference. Sugar is the fat problem, not necessarily the fat source. So, Dr. J. Williams, any questions so far?
We don't have any so far, but my thing is, let them know a little bit more about your background so that they will know that, hey, you're not just sitting there reading from a card of, you know what I'm saying, about yourself, what we're doing here today.
Okay, what we're doing here today, first of all, is being real.
Yes.
REAL. You have to be real. And what I mean by that is honest with yourself. There's always truth before healing, truth before knowing where you're at. So I am 61 years old. I own Shogun Martial Arts. I have owned it for 20 years, maybe a little less. We have 8,000 square feet here. We are a multiplex facility. Within that, I have basically documented for over 4 decades of this workout that I have introduced and done myself. It's called Mojo Magic. It's called Get Mojo Magic Fit. When I was younger, I would hear people say, "I don't have my mojo." Man, I hear men talking, and I'm like 8 years old. I don't know. I just don't have my mojo. And I kept hearing this word over and over again. So when I got older, I've always worked out, and I've always been into the Charles Atlas exercises and whatnot. Ever since I was 7, 8, 9 years old, I've always worked out with weights. I've done about every workout out there and about every diet, so forth. But what I'm doing right now is trying to talk about a Get Mojo Magic Fit because I see a problem with men and women. And I want to introduce that because this workout that I put together has a 0 injury rate, 0. And I have taken people with scoliosis, with back issues. I've taken people with knee injuries, MCL, ACL. I've taken people with torn rotator cuffs that had no hope at all, that completely gave up exercising. And this Mojo Magic, Get Mojo Magic Fit from people on a physical therapy standpoint or a rehabilitation standpoint, got them back on their feet fundamentally to fight again, get back in the ring again, do MMA, all the way from running marathons, all the way from just back in the dojo, working out again. People that couldn't even lift their feet to sidekick anymore are now back into it again. Their life is functional again. So as far as me, I am 61 years old. And I live by fitness and exercise. I live by the anatomy, and you don't have to have acronyms behind your name to be healthy. All you have to do is align yourself with people you trust at a beginner rate and be consistent with a diet program. So that's what I put together for many decades, and I have tons of students, over 300 students here at the dojo, but also I have quite a few Mojo Magic students as well. And we have classes at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Wednesday morning. And my oldest student actually is 74 years old. She was a surgeon. She's retired. And actually, she had lung surgery through the Mayo Clinic. And she goes down to Texas twice a year. And she had done that after a lung surgery for 4 years. No, everything's the same. She didn't get any worse, but she didn't get any better either. She started the Mojo Magic Get Fit program. She's been with me for 9 months, and her lung capacity, the oxygen level has gone up 34%.
Wow.
And the only thing she changed was this exercise. It was doing this exercise and starting this exercise up, and she's a continual believer and has referred many other doctors and retired professionals to the program.
Now I know that we're talking about the Mojo Magic Fitness program, and people look at yourself, they look at me, and they say, "Man, you're so physically fit, blah blah blah. How do I get that?" Well, I can assure you, you will not get it just talking about it. You have to put some work in. Remember back in the day when we couldn't drive or we didn't have a car, but what we had a bicycle, or we had those 2 feet down there. Yeah, they might have a little bunion or two on them now, but if you use that same concept, just walk some places. I ain't telling you to walk 10 miles a day, but if you get out and just start walking around the block once or twice, that's more than you were doing before.
Absolutely.
And number two, with you can't look at Doc Shogun here. You heard him say he over 60 years old. I didn't want to say that, but you can't look at him and say, "Wow, why can't I look like that?" You didn't know that the man works out 24/7. He's really into the Mojo Fitness. And one thing that we're going to put on our Facebook, on mine and his, and we're going to share it all out, is the program, that the Mojo Fitness program that you designed.
Absolutely. Yes.
Now we're here talking about it, and you say, "Well, I could do the Mojo Fitness," but when they say you can't eat that cupcake, you can't put sugar in your coffee, you know all that stuff, you can't put icing on your cake or whatever. Right. Then we're gonna see if it's only for 7 days. It's only for 7 days.
Yes.
And you can start that 7-day anytime you want to. It doesn't have to be the same. There you go. It doesn't have to be the same 7 days. So say you woke up this morning and you drank a cup of coffee, you put some honey and sugar in it or whatever you did. Oh man, I can't start today. But don't let that happen to you, because tomorrow you'll do the same thing and I can't start today. Stop putting off today I mean, tomorrow, what you can start today.
Yeah.
Because the sooner you start your 7 days, the sooner they'll be over with.
Absolutely.
Now, I watched him when we were in Houston, and he was on this diet thing. He's like, "Oh, I gotta eat. Oh, I can't. Oh, I gotta eat. Oh, I gotta put 3 more carbs in my body." And I'm looking like, why is this guy walking around? Somebody got to put 6. Oh, well, that's 7 carbs. I done had 8 today. And he's calculating all this stuff. We're not saying that you're going to be like that. But if you get to that level, you can get that look of, of a Dr. J. Of a Dr. J. I don't want to show all the muscles because y'all might get jealous and stuff. I'm just saying, as a martial artist, and he can probably attest to this too, I have a tear in my neck. I have a torn left rotator's cuff, a right rotator's cuff, and I have a thing in my back. So when you see us doing the push-ups and doing all this stuff, we're working through pain. All I'm trying to tell you is that exercising is going to be painful, but it's how bad you want it.
Right.
Women, I'm gonna talk to y'all for a second, and then I'm gonna give it back to Doc. Y'all got dresses in y'all closets that size 8, and y'all had them in there from 13 years ago because you said you're gonna get back to the 8. Well, this Mojo Fittness is going to help you get back to that 8.
Absolutely.
Now, men, y'all want to be like me, 32 waist and all that good stuff. Well, right now you're 56 waist. We can help you get back to that 32, 34 if you want. But you got to put the work in. You got to put, you see behind him, he got a set of weights. Yeah, those weights are just not sitting there for this program. He uses them. He got a treadmill. I got a treadmill out in the dojo. It's not just plugged up to look pretty in the dojo. I have to walk on it or something. And that's all I'm saying. Stop using your equipment for clothes, hanging on it, and all that good stuff. If you are serious about your health, we've watched some people that's martial artists that walk about 20 steps and they breathe.
That's right.
You think you're going to have to give them an oxygen machine. Listen, we are here only to try to help. Mojo Fitness Madness. Did I say right? Mojo Fitness.
Now get
Magic.
Mojo Magic Fit.
Get Mojo Magic Fit.
Absolutely.
I got the Mojo Fit part right. But listen, it sounds funny, and yeah, we're being comical a little bit, but this stuff is serious. You heard
it is.
That sugar causes a lot of cancer.
Yes, it does.
I truly believe that because cancer has to feed off of something.
Absolutely.
And it takes pride in feeding off the sugar that we intake. I know I take a lot of sugar in. I know I do. So, but I keep my body moving a lot. I keep it moving a lot, and I'm always trying to do whatever workout I can and to get and stay in some kind of shape.
Yes.
Here in Colorado, most of you guys don't have the privilege to live in Colorado. And just because I said that don't mean that I love living here. I'm just putting that out too. But
yes, it's a beautiful physical state.
There you go. It's a beautiful physical place to live. A lot of people doing bikes, they're doing the inclines, they're doing the climbs and all that. If you live in a place where you got something like a high school or whatever, you have to find a spot that you can walk through the park, do little inclines up and down. I mean, walk on some inclines and all that. And you'll be amazed at if you can, like, for y'all that live in Colorado, I know I got a lot of followers here. Y'all that live in Colorado, you got Red Rock up in Denver. You got the Manitou Springs over here in Colorado. The incline in the Manitou Springs here in Colorado. Trying to make it your business. I'm not asking everybody to be like me or be like Dr. Shogun. Even if you go up the incline, at least try to make it halfway up. It's a turnaround point up there. At least if you can make it to that, you did good. Because everybody can't do those 2,900 steps up in the air and all that good stuff that incline offer.
Yes.
But Dr. Shogun, he lives in a flat part of the land in Kansas.
Yes.
You can walk and you might see Toto on the side of the road or Dorothy looking for him or whatever, But I'm just saying, I'm sure some places in Kansas, and everybody don't have to run and join a fitness club because that's what everybody think they have to do. But I want to develop something where me and Doc Shogun, or me, Doc Shogun, and Robert Crossan. Let me tell you about. Can I pivot for just 1 second?
Yes.
See the Robert Crossan videos. The man is 70 years old almost, if not 70. He's
Yeah, I
close.
think he's 71. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's about the most fit specimen
there you go.
at his age I've ever seen in my life. And a shout out to Robert Crossan, Professor Crossan. We talk
Yeah,
all the time.
yes,
He lives it. He lives it. He does amazing things. Amazing. And check out his Instagram and his
yeah,
Facebook.
yes.
One of the most nicest, laid back people I ever want to meet. But what Dr. Williams is saying, he's 71. It's a mindset. So, Dr. Williams, let me say this real quick, right?
Go for it.
I think that people make it way too difficult. And I think people make it way too difficult because they don't truly really understand that it's not. So let's tap into the hypothalamus a minute. Let's tap into the mental side of something you don't want to do. So a personal trainer has a new client. Personal trainer asks the client, so how can I help you? The client goes, well, I'm here because no one has ever taught me how to exercise and lose weight and taught me how to manage my time to be healthier. So the personal trainer goes, well, this is what I want to do. I want to take a class that you took. And the client goes, what class is that? The personal trainer goes, I want to take a class on who taught you how to be professional at excuses.
Oh wow.
Because evidently you know how to learn because you've learned how to make excuses. So my case in point is this. Is that a rhetorical joke? Absolutely. We find time to do things we want to do. And sometimes we do things for others. Some people, their job is to make other people be seen to the world. Nothing wrong with that. Other people are physically helping people be better with their life. There's nothing wrong with that. But the person that's doing that, are you leading by example?
Wow.
That's the point I'm making. Mentally, we have to, if we put ourselves in an authoritative position, we have to lead by example. The eyesight, it always hits you first. It's not that difficult. Now, let me tap into this. When I personal train, and I do it every week, right? I'm a personal trainer and I work out myself. I never work out with my clients. I don't have to. I don't do that because my eyeball is on them and I want them to see it because it makes them more accountable. I want you to be like you. Don't be like me.
Right, right.
Make the most out of you. Secondly, I go by personality. So you have people who are basically on it. They do everything on time. They're reliable. They work every day at 7 o'clock. And when they say they do something, they do it. Those people, I have a personality that goes into an exact time, and I put them on a beginner diet and exercise program because I know they're going to do it. Then you have the people that are unreliable. They're never on time. It's always an excuse. With that personality, I put them on an open timeline that just says, in the next 2 days, give me 11 minutes on this exercise. And they end up doing it. Now, ask yourself a question. A can of soup, a big can of soup, compared to a 1-pound dumbbell, which is called a pink, right? If you take a 1-pound dumbbell and you do this exercise for 9 to 11 minutes, you are on your way to a better functional lifestyle. which is 6 body parts. You're doing your ab work, which is really easy. Anybody, if you can lay on your back, you can do this ab work. If you're sleeping on your back, you can do abs. Squats. If you're walking, you can do squats. Shoulder press. If you can write, you can give me a shoulder press. Bent row. If you're sitting at a table eating, then you can give me a bent row. Chest press, right? If you can turn on a light, then you can give me a chest press. Bicep curl, right? If you can drink, you can give me a bicep curl. Tricep curl, tricep extension. If you can get something off of your head, then you can give me a tricep extension. There's no excuse for it. I call it a punk warm-up, which means basically, if you do not do this warm-up, you are a punk. Look in the mirror and say, I'm a punk, right? But if you want results, that's 6 different exercises that you can, 6 different exercises you can do right after each other. And it's a beginning to a consistent daily program that you will build on. So who cannot take a 1 pound, a 2 pound dumbbell? I don't care if you weigh 250 pounds and haven't worked out in 15 years. You can take a 1 pound, a 2 pound dumbbell. It's all about removing your ego and start moving ahead and look at the future. It's not about how much you can lift. It's about how you feel at the end of the exercise to get functional again and get your life back and get that mojo. A functioning exercise means you don't need to grab the railing in the top of the car to get out of the car. If you open the door to get out and you have to grab the top of the car to help you out of the car or put your hand on the seat, then you need to start exercising.
You need the mojo madness.
You need to get your mojo back. You got the mo, now get the Joe. Some people have the Joe and they don't have the mo. What I mean by that is they will buy every exercise possible and they will do it for the first 2 days. You got the Joe because you got started and now the mo's gone.
Exactly.
You know, it's easy. It's simple. The other thing is this. You have to look at the long haul and quit making excuses. The Mojo Magic Workout teaches you how to breathe when you work out. It's 6 simple exercises. It takes 9 to 11 minutes. That's it. That's all you're doing. And you're basically, you have 4 different ways to lift and 1 lift continually. And that's it. It is so simple. It's ridiculous. So if you want to know more about it, contact me. I want to get a program going on a first class with Dr. Williams in the future. And once we get 20 people signed up, you will have me personally for 1 hour free of charge, because that's what I want to do to help people. I don't always charge people money because God has blessed me with the gift to give back. I don't need to charge people for everything I do. That's just me. It's called the gift of giving. So if you have knowledge, then you need to give it back sometimes. The second thing is looking at your diet. You must look at your diet. You can't keep going, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to change tomorrow. Don't change your diet. This is what I want you to really pay attention to. Don't change your diet. Be cognizant of what you're ingesting, which means don't change your food. But understand when you drink a gallon of Pepsi a day, understand that sugar is causing inflammation in your joints. So you want to know why you can't move and you feel a certain way, or you're always tired because of sugar dump up and down. If you're eating constant cakes on the go, and I want you to understand what that's doing to your body. If you're living off Big Macs and burritos, then you need to understand ingesting that, what it's doing to your body. Well, we can move on to the next thing. If there's no questions, hey, put them on the screen. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. So the
Doctor,
other thing I want to mention real quick, Dr. Williams,
okay.
is that I'm here to help, right? I know some of these martial artists, they're busy. We have so many martial artists that have given so much to so many people that they just physically lost track of time. They're sitting behind the computer or they're talking to people all day and they're trying to get people out there. They're trying to get their businesses going and whatnot, but they have let themselves go.
Yes.
And I know they don't like it. So I'm here to help. I'm not here to judge or ridicule. These people are nice, great, good people who have sacrificed their health for other people. I'm just here to say nobody's too good or too better than anybody else. I'm here to help. Just like that particular person or group of people are helping other people, then I'm here to help you. And it's all about your ego sometimes. Don't live off the past. You need to live off the now and the future because the past will give you a heart attack for the future unless you understand it, or stroke, or cancer, because that's the number one thing going on right now. Back to you, Dr. Williams.
Well, I wanted you to keep talking. We were talking about I was doing something behind the scene while we were talking. I mean, while we were there. But what I was going to say is that it's so many of the martial. You basically hit the nail on the head. There's a lot of martial artists that is they can sit and tell you everything, but you already answered that because they don't do what they say. And you know as well as I do as an instructor, yeah, we getting it in, but are we really doing, or are we just waiting for that hour to, oh man, I got a class at 6, I got a class at 9. That's really the only workout we're getting. But how are we treating our body? What are we putting in our body? And we're wondering why we're wheezing and can't really do nothing because we're really not focused on the Mojo Fit.
Right.
I mean, the Mojo Magic. And with this Mojo Magic, yeah, you're gonna do a little exercise, but can you read off some of the stuff that that's what I was gonna ask. Can you read off some of the stuff if you had a paper in front of you that they can the healthy eating part? Because
Absolutely.
that's the part that's gonna get the people is the when they
Right.
hear what they can eat and can't eat or have to cut out.
Absolutely. Once again, I'm on Facebook under Shogun Brown. You can message me, SHOGUNBROWN, Shogun Brown. So message me and I will give you what I consider this 7-day challenge. Now I'm gonna read it off to you. The 7-day challenge, in my opinion, it comes in 3 different stages. The first stage that I like to go over is reading it first and not doing anything. You're not even taking a challenge. You're just going to read it, and through that list, go over the pros and the cons of your daily diet, which means it's a 7-day challenge. The things that you want to get rid of are extinguished from your food source for 7 days. Sodas, rice of any kind, chips, pasta of any kind, alcohol of any kind, red meat, bread, and candy and cakes. Those are the things that you want to extinguish from your diet for 7 days, period. Water only are the positives. Your drink and your rehydration source is only water. Chicken and fish only. Now, if you are a vegetarian, you can do tofu and whatnot for your protein, and we can talk about that. But chicken and fish from a food source only. You want a minimum of 4 meals a day, minimum. And in between meals, water. Veggies only for a side. That's complex carb. Now we will go over how much of this you are ingesting per day. Case in point, when it comes to veggies, you do not want to eat 9 full plates of veggies for the whole day. So you have to let's do some normalcy behind it. So I can talk to you about figuring out your caloric intake and break it down in your macros, which is your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. Your fruits, you want apples or berries or that source of fruit source. So the 7-day challenge, which I can send to you, is what I just read off, and I can send it to you. Now, the first step is just reading it. Let me tell you what, there is a conviction. Okay, I want to say this again. There's a conviction behind exercise and diet. If you already feel the heebie-jeebies and you have already running from the mirror, you're not proud of anything you do. You can't take 20 steps without almost having a heart attack. If you are overweight, if you do not like yourself and the way you look, let me tell you something right now, and I really want you to focus in on this. The Mojo Magic Workout is going to make you feel better first before you look better to you.
All right.
Let me say this again. In 1 week, you will feel better functioning in 1 week. And you will look in the mirror and be shocked that you don't look better. When you are younger, it's more about how you look and less about how you feel.
Yes.
When you get older, it's more about how you feel and a little bit less about how you look. The first part of this diet program is understanding what you need to get rid of. The second part of this diet program of the 7-day challenge, when you do it the second time, is understanding that you're going to half do it, which means you may be the Joe that's going to start and got a couple things, but I can't do that. I can't get rid of alcohol. See, you don't understand, Shogun. My families, my this, my that. No, if you was on a desert island, if you was on an island stranded and there's no alcohol, you're not going to die after 7 days of not drinking.
All right. All right.
Okay. So you don't need it. It's a mental inhibition. The third time you do this, you're going to do it correctly. You're going to do it all the way through and you're going to feel so much better. And you're going to tell yourself, why didn't I do this long time ago?
Yes.
So it's 3 stages. I'm not asking you to go change your whole life. Don't write down, I'm going to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go to the gym for 2 hours. Don't do that. You know what? Don't do it. Just say, I'm going to order the kids' meal if you're eating processed food. Quit ordering 9 Big Macs throughout the day and quit getting those NFL credits on free Big Macs if they win. You don't have to do it. Eat less, get the kids' meal, and eat healthier, and you will feel better if you do this for 1 week. You will feel better. Once you start feeling better, your body looks will follow. So that's the 7-day challenge. I have a daily diet program that I will give you. You can contact me and I will message you my daily diet program that's basically find something within the FODMAP of that, find something in the area, and you can get a lot of this to go. McDonald's, they sell salads, right? Wendy's, believe it or not, has chili. I'm not looking at your sodium level right now. What I'm looking at are your 3 levels of your sugars, right, for your diabetes. I'm looking at your cholesterol, and I'm looking at your blood pressure. And a lot of people think blood pressure has a lot to do with sodium. Well, it does and it doesn't. blood pressure is all of those together because your arteries are stopping because cholesterol, your sugars all over the place because your diabetes, and your blood's trying to flow through two macros that are off.
Mm.
It's simple. It is so simple, stupid. Kiss it. Keep it simple, stupid. Or I call it keep it super simple. This is real talk. And if your doctor doesn't know nutrition, then find a nutritionist. Demand your results. Make sure your cholesterol is in the areas it needs to be and try to get it where it needs to be. Check your A1Cs every 6 months. See if it's 5.9 or 6.4, pre-diabetes, diabetes, your metabolic rate, where your chem should be, your biometrics. If you're this tall, you should weigh this. Forget about all that mess. Try to be healthy first and go through that area second. This is real talk, people. It's not that difficult. Quit beating yourself up. Let's get back on track.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I knew that if I brought you on today, I knew I brought you on today, that this would be a great subject. This is something that a lot of people run from. I get so many people, even on my block, saying, "Hey, man, I want to work out with you. Hey, when do you work out?" Then they see the doors open and they walk by. They don't want to. They might see a bag or whatever. So I don't beg you. I just say, "Hey, the door's open. If you see me working out, just come on and join in. We'll work out together." Even if we, and most of the time when I do get ready to work out on the block, I walk around or I jog around the whole cul-de-sac so that people know I'm in uniform. Hey, he was about to do something, but they see me running around, get my little warm up in before I come in and work out. And I do that because I'm seeing a lot of children. I mean, we talked about the adults and stuff, but I'm seeing a lot of children that has ate one or two too many cupcakes around here. And all I'm asking them is, like I tell the parents, our motto for my school is discipline is not punishment.
Right.
I know with you, little Johnny hasn't walked from the bathroom to the kitchen but 3 times a week. But with me, little Johnny gonna walk at least 3-4 miles and just to get him warmed up. So what I'm saying is this Mojo magic is for pretty much everybody.
It's for everybody. Yes.
Willing to get out of that refrigerator and change that diet up a lot, because I'm telling you, you're taking somebody that has to eat. Well, in my brain, and I'll confess this. I may be physically fit or look like it or whatever, but I'm 100% disabled military soldier. I'm 100% disabled military soldier. I have some internal medical problems. I have, number one, I have bone degeneration in my ankle and in my back. But if you look at me, you couldn't tell that. I have where I have to do fitness to control depression and PTSD. But people don't know about that. And they wonder why I'm always moving, because when you're a soldier, and I'm speaking to the veterans that has been to the wars and all that and had the privilege, if you want to call it that, or dealing with what you did in the military, whether you saw your comrades die in front of you, whether you had to go pick up some of your dead comrades, those things that you sit back sometime and you think about, those some things I had to do. Talking to the guy 1 minute, next minute you running up a mountain trying to get him medevaced, and you know that he's not going to make it. Talking to a guy one day, next day his body gets cut in half. Those are the things that we as soldiers had to deal with.
Right. Yes.
PTSD. So what the Army told me is to help me is do martial arts, number one. And I'm saying that because a lot of people say, "Well, you're 100% and you still doing martial arts." Let me let you know a little secret. That's what's in my records to do. That's my coping strategy from the military. So all nosy people that want to know, well, you still doing martial art. You don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm doing what the Army has assigned me to do.
Right.
So just going up the incline, and anybody that has ever been in Colorado know that's not a joke. So I had to go back and tell the Army, hey, man, can we find something else for me to do? Because it was good 10 years ago when you told me go up and down the incline and run stairs and all. That we're going to have to come up with something else now. So, but it relieves the stress. And some of y'all get stressed and you go in and you just start eating. Well, now you got to pay for that. And Dr. Shogun here is giving you a way out. This is like the traffic cop. In Arkansas, when I was coming up, we had a traffic cop. When you go downtown, and he'll ride around in a little golf cart looking thing, and when he see the time meter expiring, he'll warn you.
Absolutely.
That, hey, don't park there, because if you park there, you're in a no parking zone, because you don't have change in the machine. So when the thing pop up, no need to get mad when he drive back through and it's red, it put a ticket on your car.
Right.
So you already know that your time is expiring, and we just traffic cops today. We just but some of y'all, the red has clicked up, and I'm just the traffic cop today along with my brother, and I'm handing you a ticket. I'm just handing you a ticket saying, do better. Here's a ticket. Here's a ticket for you. If your red light is up, look at the Mojo plan.
Right.
Go ahead and stop eating your ice creams. Go ahead and stop eating your cereal at night, John, like you do every night. See, I have to talk to myself because I know what I do. Stop putting sugar and honey in your coffee, John. It's going to catch up to it. See, he's my traffic cop, and he handed me a ticket today. But we also, on the real side, we will put that thing, put that on the internet about the exactly what you can eat and what you can't eat. And it's a challenge, y'all. Y'all get in the ice bucket challenge and put all the ice on your head.
Absolutely.
You don't even know what you're doing that for. You go kill yourself, freezing yourself. I mean, going into shock. But we don't
even want to talk about the TikTok challenges out there everybody wants to do. So let me tell you some real. I'm gonna talk some real talk real quick, and then we're gonna shut it down here in a little bit. This is the first thing when he's talking about the red flag, right? You have a red flag here and here, right? It's so easy for higher ranked martial artists to talk about. I used to fight. I'm gonna do this. Come on, I have these students. Blah blah blah. But what are you doing for you? You have to lead by example. You have quit showing me these pictures when you 15 years ago. What are you doing now? It's an insult. All you're doing is letting everybody know what you quit doing.
Say that again.
And I'm not saying you have ailments. You have this, you have that. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Okay, Debro, he gave me Supreme Grandmaster James Debro. He gave me a workout program that I have implemented with the next phase of Mojo Magic that the military still does today. He implemented it. He came up with it with himself. We have those types of people at our fingertips that will give you advice. The problem is the ego sits in and we start taking Ozempic. Now, I'm going to get real in your pocket. People will run and spend $1,000 a month on a pill that's not good for you for the side effects. And as soon as you quit taking it, everybody knows you took Ozempic just because how your head looks and doesn't match your body. And you're still embarrassed about taking your clothes off at home. You're just a smaller person. Look, I'm preaching to the choir right now. I just blew up a balloon. I deflated the balloon. It's still the same circumference. That's all you're doing with these pills. You have to put the work in. And it's so easy for a higher ranked black belt or whoever to tell everybody what they should be doing in their class, and you should be doing it yourself without the excuse. Oh, I did this. Oh, I'm burned out. Then change it. What if your student said they didn't want to do it? Secondly, here we go again. This is the other thing. I'm gonna hit you in the gut one more time. If you sleep terrible, that is guilt. Our bodies were made to work, to get things done. Drop your phone, quit complaining about the world and politics because you just spent 3 hours all upset and you could have put at least 15 minutes into the mojo.
There you go.
So if you're not sleeping well, I'm talking normalcy. I'm not saying PTSD, war veterans, or whatnot. That's not what I'm talking about. Don't put yourself in that category. You know what you should be doing. You're not doing it. You're not sleeping well. Your bones feel tight. You have inflammation. You know, you can't get things done the way you want to because you lack your mojo, your energy. Kick in the endorphins. Start getting at least a 15-minute something in, and 15 minutes functioning will turn into a greater part of your day. Quit having these bad habits and quit lecturing everybody else when you're not doing it. And that's why you can't sleep well, because it's guilt. Quit being fake and live up to the expectation and be real with yourself. It's truth before healing. Start seeking people you know and start getting some answers and drop the ego. Everybody sees what you're doing. We're just too respectful to say something about it. But deep down inside, we're here to help. And sometimes it's truth and grace. And the truth, before healing, once accepted, will get you the results you need. Seek medical attention, get some help, start doing the mojo magic as a start, and stay away from YouTube. You don't know these people. Unless you can talk to somebody that you can touch, get that advice. Get advice from somebody you trust, and quit going on YouTube for answers from somebody that has not told you the whole deal.
Well, you know, you heard from Dr. Shogun and you heard my spiel, but Dr. Shogun, there's somebody else that I want to bring on to join us to the stage, and I hope that you just had a couple more minutes. Listen, Dr. Shogun is not just yelling at you for his health. I mean, he's already fit. He's already doing what he do. He's just trying to help you. See, what a motivator do is they tell you what you don't want to hear.
Absolutely.
Somebody that love you, they're going to tell you the things that you don't want to hear, because that's many of our problems. We get told what we want to hear, and we disagree with the people that's telling us the truth. So we talked about a guy named Dr. Sugar Crossing, a man that I trained plenty of times. You know, I got him in the shape that he's in and stuff. So at this time, I wanted to bring Dr. Sugar to the stage.
Dr. Sugar Crossing, how you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great and getting better. Good to see the both of you brothers.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Dr. Williams, Grandmaster Brown. Some good information being passed on, and I hope the people that are listening and watching take this to stride and take it seriously, because this is pretty much some life-saving information.
Yes, sir.
You know, now is the time. This is the place. And if they are seeing this broadcast, then it's because God has ordained it and there's a message in it. So we have to not just assume, oh, I just happen to look up and find it, but it's good information. But yeah, maybe tomorrow, like you said, the time is now.
Absolutely.
Start it now. Start small. As Grandmaster, I call him, but I call him brother also.
Right.
Brother Brown had mentioned with the Mojo Magic, that's a lot of good information. So if you can, not if you can, make sure that you do it. The 7-day challenge. And once you get past that, it's going to be easy to maybe do a 14-day challenge and then eventually just flow into the habits of good eating, good thinking, and just doing good.
Yes.
Now, I want you to know that I'm not on here to I'm not on here really, I'm not on here to sell anybody products or anything, but these are my brothers. These are my brothers, and we talking about the Mojo Fitness. Doc Shogun already said it's free and everything, but I know he might have some products like T-shirts. And y'all see me. Listen. Can I say this? And I'm still talking about the thing. Stop getting mad at me for promoting my stuff on my page. This is my show, so I can wear a crossing board.
Absolutely.
I can promote
That's
my.
right.
It's my show. You always
Absolutely.
promote stuff on your show. It's my show. You get your
Right.
show, promote your stuff. But what I wanted to say, along with this Mojo Fitness, you
Mojo Fitness.
I always said Mojo Fitness, but Mojo Magic. But you can enhance that training by getting with Dr. Shogun Sugar Crossing right there. I said Shogun Sugar. That's their name today.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Shogun's a great name.
And it's,
Dr.
it's mumbo jumbo like that that gives fitness a bad name.
Yes. And yes, Dr. Williams, I just want to say one more thing though when you finish. When you finish.
Well, real quick, because it adds on to what we're doing today.
Oh, okay.
You can go on YouTube, and many of y'all might not know that this man here, Dr. Crossan, Grandmaster Robert Sugar Crossan, he's a jump rope master.
Absolutely. Yes.
And through me to him, because I taught him all this, you can actually order the.
Can we get a demonstration?
Yeah, demonstration. We'll do that later off camera.
Professor Crossan, he doesn't have enough room.
Yeah, I ain't got enough room. I don't want to turn that up. But
all right.
Crossan has his Crossan Jump Fit Elite.
Yes.
That's his own jump rope. And I'm sure for whatever price, I don't want to put a price on it. He will be glad to sell you one or tell you how to get it or whatever. See, it's not about me, y'all. It's not about me. It's not about Brown. It's about helping each other. And these jump ropes, matter of fact, I want you to know I have 2 of them, so I do use it during my warm-ups and stuff when I do class. But these are some excellent jump ropes. When I first started jumping, I was like, man, I'm gonna break this. But they don't break. They're not cheap. They're not any of that. That is the jump. Look, this is from the man himself. And to add the jump rope into the program that Dr. Shogun has done, when you
even better.
Let
me say this.
Go ahead.
Let me say this real quick, Dr. Williams. And I have to say this about Professor Crossan. He sent me his product a couple years ago. And this is the thing I like about this jump rope fitness. He will actually show you how to hold the jump rope in your hand.
Yes.
He is that detailed. And he will start you slow with the program. But the biggest thing about the program that I want to say, most of all, that this comes from a guru of fitness, boxing, martial arts. This man has been around the known of known. This man has been around the known before they were known.
Yes.
And he has trained people around the world, professional boxers and so forth. But I'm letting you know, this is what I mean by trust, because he actually is a person you can reach.
Yes.
And of course, education is money. There's a cost behind it, but it's worth it. but he's a person you can trust that is going to tell you the truth about jump roping and other fitness from now on. It's not just a one-step thing. So yes, he sent it to me. Yes. Did it change my game on the jump rope? Absolutely. But it's that detailed. I just want to say that real quick.
Thank you.
And then
Thank
it's
you.
nothing more than we did as a kid, because we didn't have those expensive toys like everybody else. We just took whatever kind of rope, probably got whooping with it. But I'm just saying, you took anything and just start jumping. You didn't even realize back then that you were really exercising. Hula hoop, y'all remember the hula hoop? All that kind of stuff. You don't really see kids doing that anymore. They ride skateboards, and when we rode skateboards, because it's still talking about fitness. When we rode skateboards, we had ones that you push with 1 feet. That was fitness. Now you got the motor on the skateboard. What kind of mess is that? With a steering wheel so what kind of fitness is that? And Dr. Crossan, Dr. Shogun and I have talked a lot. But it's your turn. Give a little background. While we're talking, if you don't know who he is, just type in Sugar Crossan on YouTube, and you'll see everything. Because I was amazed. I went back and I seen some of the stuff you did 3 years ago, and the training, it was just amazing. Was amazing.
I have his jiu-jitsu video.
Yes.
From the late 80s.
Yes.
And we don't have enough time to go into how Dr. Williams, you connected me and Sugar Ray Crossan together. But I was a young blood, and I bought his video. I believe it's on Panther Productions.
Yes.
Yeah. I bought his jiu-jitsu video on Panther Productions, and he did every single move 2.5 hours unedited.
I remember.
I have the original video. So anyway, that's just how real this is. So anyway, I'll leave it at that.
You.
And I know that we talked about people that show stuff from 20 years ago. This guy can show stuff from 30 years ago.
Now, yes.
And you now.
Up to now.
Yes. Costa Rica, Venezuela, wherever he's at, he's doing fitness on the beach, which I'd be kind of jealous of that. But one day I'll make it to that point. But the thing is, he lets you know that age is not a factor in your exercising. I'm one age, and you know what? I'm in the 50s, he's in the 60s, and here's one in the 70s. So what's your excuse? What's your excuse?
Absolutely. Yeah.
What's your excuse? Go ahead, Dr. Crossan. It's on you. You got about 2 minutes. Not really.
Okay. Well, I'll just take a quick minute and say, whoever you are out there listening to this, start working out today. Do a few sit-ups, do some stretching, march in place. If you got a jump rope, start with that. But do something. Don't keep making excuses, because your health is your wealth. So take care of yourself. And I would say, stay on it and pray on it. That's it.
But don't you have a book coming out? I don't need nothing now. Don't you have a book or a magazine or something come out?
Oh yeah. But I'll come back on and I'll I'll promote that. It's coming out. So I'm just holding the cat in the bag right now, but soon I got some other things coming. And I also have a jump rope DVD.
Yes.
To go along with the jump rope.
Very good.
Yeah, Sugar Crossan.
Yeah. And you don't have to jump on the rope either. He can show you how to get a workout just using your arms if you have bad knees.
That's
so,
right.
I mean, I just wanted to throw that out there. Sorry.
And Dr. Shogun,
yes.
Since we're in the promotion business, you got T-shirts and everything too. Can anybody just order from you? Because you got some stuff that you have helped me out with as well. Do you have a product line or anything? See, this is what it's all about. It's not about me, because y'all gonna buy my stuff anyway. I'm just saying, you're gonna buy my
absolutely
buy something from my brother and them, because they really have. And you have a magazine now or something. I keep seeing it online, right? Is where can they get that magazine? I know I've seen it online. I seen you promoting it on the page. You got a magazine, a book, or something out. You got
Is that me, or you're talking about
Doc Brown right now?
Oh yes, I actually have a system Shindaru Kempo Karate, KMPO Karate. And basically, you can learn the martial arts. It's a self-defense book for men, women of all ages. It comes with a step-by-step program of martial arts techniques within that system. I also have an Aikido Jiu-Jitsu, Daitaru Aikido Jiu-Jitsu program on people that want to learn grappling. And I also have a Kabutaru or Kubudo, ancient Okinawan video. And all these are basic videos that are starting off. And I also have a video called Tactical Intensity Defensive Strategies. And this video is for law enforcement and combative deadly versus deadly force and how to restrain and also speed cuffs. So this is part of the military law enforcement side, but it's all beginner stuff, all blends in together. So I have that as well as t-shirts. But the biggest thing is like Professor Crossan said, stay active, start a program and know how to build from the program and don't stop. Start slow, have the grace and keep your pace.
Yes. And Dr. Williams, this is the book that's going to be revised.
There we
That's
go.
it. Robert Sugar Crossan, the man, the myth, the legend. And has a lot of information about my journey and a lot of photos. So I'm just upgrading it. So I'll keep you abreast. But thank you for bringing me on.
Well, I want everybody to know that whenever you come to me and we talk about, martial arts, and it's something I don't know, these are the two that I come to. And whether you know it or not, they vet everything before you get an award through us or anything. These are my vetters. And if you can get something past these two, they'll know if you're fake, you're real. You know, that guy that blow on your hand and then you faint because he a martial arts. He touch your shoulder high, and then you faint. No, you won't get that past them. I'm just saying. So,
Dr. Williams, I know you only have a minute, but would you just speak a little bit about your upcoming event next year? Because this year it was fantastic, and I know next year it's going to be off the chain.
Absolutely.
Well, I wish I would have wore the other T-shirt that I have for the event, but listen, I'm glad they brought that up. Hey, everybody know about it was last year, it was called Extraordinary Williams Elite Hall of Honor. This year, I personally know that we have about 6 belts left to give out. We have about 6 belts. Y'all hearing it from me. I say that all the time on the show. When you do custom work, it's a flip of the coin when everything gonna come. We're gonna fix that problem next year. Next year, the Williams Elite Hall of Honor will be held in Colorado. We're still making the thing if it's going to be in Denver or Colorado Springs, because so much is happening and we're just trying to make sure you're safe and we are safe. You will know exactly which one it's going to be in way ahead of time, so that you told me that. Well, these are the two that will be vetting. Everybody will be vetted. Everybody will be vetted because we don't want any, we want to keep it honorable. We will have this Hall of Honor, and it's going to be in June next year, the first weekend. The 6th and 7th.
Right.
And the difference with this one, there won't be we will have what is it called? We will have the classes, the
training seminars, traditional,
traditional
grappling, striking, and weaponry.
And you can go ahead and speak on that, Dr. Brown. We're in this together, and I'm glad, and I'll let both of y'all speak on it. If y'all would go ahead and speak on some of the things that they can expect to see.
Absolutely. Well, first thing is, just in case, I want to say this. Thank you for having me on. I want to get that out of the way. I appreciate you. Appreciate Grandmaster and Professor Crossan. Always, we talk 2-3 times a week. Always. Thank you, brother Doc Williams. It's always a pleasure to be here. It's always a pleasure to be associated with top-notch martial artists that are real. They're game changers every day. Mr. Inspirational on both sides. Check out Professor Crossan's Instagram. He does some amazing things every day, completely motivating. And Dr. Williams has his motivational inspiration. The book Why coming out. It's on Kindle. But first, let me talk about this. Boom, boom. Okay, first, let me go. June 6th and 7th. Be there. Boom, save the date. We have traditional training, 100%. We have dinners. We have whatever you your flavor is. If you're a vegan, if you're a vegetarian, it is there. If you just like a big fat steak, come and eat after you train. Traditional training. A complete fighter possesses 3 skills: grappling, weaponry, and striking. We're gonna have all 3 going on. You're gonna be able to train in the morning and then sightsee in the afternoon. You'll be able to sightsee in the morning, train in the afternoon. We got Professor Crossan doing his thing. All of the pack will be doing training. We're gonna have an awesome dinner. It is gonna be one of the best Hall of Honors ever. And it's not just about the name of who's going to be there. It's the energy and the knowledge of the people that are giving back.
Yes. Yes.
We're not going to be riding the coattail of other people. We are going to dig deep within ourselves. It's going to be an awesome event. The John Williams Elite Hall of Honor is going to be one of the best ones I can say. One of the best ones I can say around. Just stay tuned. We'll have some trailers out there for you guys to check out. It's going to be an awesome event. June 6th and 7th. Start blocking out that date for next year. You will not be disappointed.
And one thing I want to add is this year, something that I'm changing, something that's going to be different than we did last year and stuff. You won't be contacting me straight because I give away too much stuff. Y'all heard that right? Okay, y'all.
Oh yeah.
I got thousands of y'all watching right now. I can see we got thousands watching, and many will watch after this. You will not be able to contact me direct because that was a problem for me last year. I know people say don't talk about your problem, but this is stuff that we are fixing now. This is stuff. And I don't mind giving up the wheel to people that know what they are doing. This is not easy. I'm asking you to come and meet people, meet good people. Come and meet good people. Come and enjoy yourself. These guys that we have here, these grandmasters that we are going to have teaching and all that, they will be vetted and they will have put the time in. They ain't gonna touch you on your shoulder and you faint and all that, and you go back out in the street, get your tail toe up. No, none of that. If they're teaching a weapon, understand they will know how to. They will have been professionally taught, or they will have taught that weapon in order to teach you. Whichever the warm up. I might even get in there and do the warm up every class. That's something I would love to do. But these guys will get in there and they will put the knowledge in your head. Bring your notebook, bring your gym clothes, and like he said, go out and sightsee. Go out and do the whatever in the daytime. And if we have to make a class in the day and one in the evening, however we have to do it. It's not in concrete yet, but I'm telling you, this one right here, the first one was. It was good, but the second one will be well worth your time. It'll be well worth every penny you put into it. But you got to come with a positive attitude. Come to have fun. A lot of y'all have already contacted me and said, when we're going to have the next one? I can't wait, blah, blah, blah. We're going to put that to the test when we start putting out the it's time to pay and all that. So
June 6th and 7th.
June 6th and
2025. Yes.
You will not be getting a ticket in May. I need to put that out. You will not get a ticket in May. Everything will be finalized before May. So when June comes, I can just come in and kick my heels back because I know that they're going to already have everything well done. So start getting your bios together. Start getting your picture together. Go ahead and get your haircut or makeup done, whatever you have to do, so that when we say, hey, drop your bios, and all that good stuff for registration. You won't have that thing of saying, well, I got to get my bio together. No, go ahead and already have it together. So all of that will be out of the way. That's all I have to say. Brothers, do y'all have anything else that you want to say, that you want to add to it?
Just it's been always a pleasure talking to you two brothers, and I'm looking forward to the event next year. I know it's going to be spectacular, and those that come will be glad that they did. But if you don't, you're going to wish you would have because you didn't. That's it.
Yeah, same here. It's gonna be a good event. Stay close by. We're gonna doing some awesome things, awesome people, and we're not just talking. I mean, this is the real traditional thing, not creative. This is real people, real talk. These are people you can contact after the event and become ask questions and become a part of what's being done. So just to let you know, this isn't a wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. This is a lifelong event of growth and training.
Well, I appreciate you, brothers. You know, you hear the music. So that means it's time for us to get up out of here.
Yes.
Be blessed once again. So privileged to have on the show Dr. Robert Sugar Crossan. Look him up on Facebook. Look him up on Instagram. Check out his YouTube channel. Also, the none other, the legend, both of them are legends, the one and only Greg Shogun Brown. Listen, if you're ever in Florida and need some training, get in contact with Dr. Robert Sugar Crossan. If you're ever in Kansas and need that little extra step in your step with that mojo get to going, go ahead and contact the one and only Dr. Shogun Brown. And you know me, you already know who it is. Dr. J. Will with the Elite Motivational Moment, talking about the Mojo Fittness magic with none other than the originator. Don't be a hater, Dr. Shogun Brown. See, I had to put that rhyme in there because they was rhyming all through my show. So, but thank you, brothers. We're going to get out of here. Y'all be blessed. Dr. J.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you, Facebook. Thank you for each and every person that tuned in today. Remember, get that fitness on, get that fit on, get that fit on. Dr. J. Will here with the Elite Motivational Moment saying, Mojo Magic Fitness. We will be putting online, we will be putting up the program that you can follow. Hey, it's the best time to start is now. Go ahead and get your fitness on. Y'all be blessed. It's Dr. J. Will, and I'm out of here.